everybody, and welcome once more to the AfricaNEV podcast. My
Yeah.
name, as usual, is Gad Senyejo
Oh,
Ashiabo. I am a moderator of AfricaNEV. On this podcast, we do talk about sustainable energy and transport solutions for Africa. Today, our special guest is Henry Osafo Danso, a Ghanaian and a cyber security expert. Henry, welcome to the African ED podcast.
thank you very much, sir.
Okay. So before we even proceed, obviously being a cyber security expert, you're coming to talk about security and all that, but tell us a bit about yourself. Who's Henry?
Oh, okay. I like you rightly said, I'm Henry Osafo Danso. I did general science in Prempeh College, did civil engineering in Accra Poly. That's where the journey in IT started. I have been in the field of IT for close to 9 years now, and I have certification from the Department of Defense, that is in the US, the Department of Homeland Security. My specialty is actually in ICS, that is Industrial Control Systems, that is cybersecurity in the field of industrial control systems, as in critical infrastructure. And that is where I have been working and researching over the years. I kind of, also an EV enthusiast. I've been with the African EV for quite a long time, where we kind of do share a lot of ideas pertaining to what that's the future of EV in Africa. And today, I kind of want to talk a little bit about cybersecurity for the connected vehicles that are in existence right now. So basically, that's about me. But I am also a member of the international.
So you were
Oh,
saying that you are affiliated to some international body. Before the line got bad, can you
okay.
say that again?
Yeah, I would say I actually started my training in cybersecurity with the Department of Homeland Security. That's where I got interested in cybersecurity for industrial control systems. And that is where my research has actually been. And then, industrial control systems is a little bit similar when it comes to control systems within vehicles. And so
Okay.
that is where my interest has always been. And then I've been researching in the field of EV for Africa, where we all have an interest.
But
But like I was saying,
I'm
I'm
very
affiliated
curious.
to some other institutions.
Okay, before you continue, I'm very curious. A Ghanaian in Ghana and Homeland Security. I mean, how did that
Yeah,
interconnect happen? There seems to be a story there. Unless you're telling
yeah.
me that
The whole
you went to America, joined their military. I mean,
no, no,
what's the story?
no. The whole thing is, you see, the United States government has a lot of online programs they do for free. But then you have to go through some checks. Once you go through, they'll train you for free. There are certain things they would require that you be on the field where they'll train you. But if you're not there, they'll go through lessons and everything online. Like give you an exam to be able to go through the exams. They certify you.
Oh, okay.
And so that is how come I got in touch with them. And through the Department of Homeland Security, I was also kind of introduced to others, that is the Department of Defense. We also had programs in cybersecurity where I joined and then started my journey in cybersecurity from there. And
Oh,
since then, I've been a member of the Cloud Security Alliance, Center for Internet Security, and that is a Information Cyber Watch Center that is also located in the United States. And all these affiliations I got by just being a member for the That is the Department of Homeland Security after I passed through the training.
Oh, okay, okay. But then industrial control systems. Uh, it sounds oxymoronic to me as a Ghanaian in Ghana,
Yeah.
in the sense that we don't have heavy industry. We have some light manufacturing here and there and all that.
Oh,
So how does that apply?
yeah.
How does that apply in our
Well,
context?
industrial control, I think those heavy minor industries or light industries you are talking about
Uh-huh.
all use elements of the industrial control system. They
Okay.
are actually microsystems that are designed to run the factories. So we have SCADA, programmable logic controllers, among ITU, among others. So they are all part of the industrial control system. Those are used within even, let's say, how do we call it? Akosomo, they have PLC that are programmed to run Akosomo. Gridco has IC as devices installed. So it encompasses all. They look at industrial control systems in the sense that they are more like into critical infrastructures. So electricity, the power grid, and we are also looking at how do we call it? Let's say toll, oil refinery, or the gas pipeline. They are critical infrastructure systems
Of course, it's
that
defense,
that
so
that are under this umbrella. Yeah.
they're actually in defense. See, that's why I was asking the question I was asking because okay, apart from these obvious control systems, uh, because we don't do heavy industry by and large, I feel that, or I think
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
the skill of application of your skill set in a country like Ghana is going to be dramatically smaller. It's still big, but compared to what it ought to be, I feel that it
Mhm.
is going to be
In,
smaller.
in, yeah. Yeah,
Do you have like a
it
group?
is. But then no, not really. We don't have any group here in Ghana. I can't.
Okay.
We are not that much. We are very few. We have about 10, 20 persons that has been trained by
10.
them. Um,
Oh, so you are the one collecting all
yes,
the money in the
20
country.
persons. Oh, no, no, no. We've not even started yet because we still have some certifications to do and all that. So we are still on it.
Uh, but you're going to make
Yeah,
a
but
point
then we,
before
we
that
look at
question.
critical. Yeah, I was about to say we are looking at infrastructure in such a way that, for instance, when Gridco goes down, the entire country goes down. So even though our scope might be limited in terms of what we will be doing here in Ghana, we are looking at kind of protecting the system. If the gas pipeline goes down, we know what will happen. If Akosomo goes down, we know what will happen. If Bidam goes down, we know what will happen. If Ghana water is infected with, say, a virus and then the plant goes down, we know what happens. So it is very, very important because even though the area is limited, it kind of serves the masses.
So,
I don't know if you quite recently you heard there was
and
a situation where a water plant was attacked, and the person wanted to increase volumes of chemicals within the plant.
water
So
plant
should that
where?
happen, you can imagine in the United States, one
Okay.
of their states, I think I've forgotten, but yeah, somebody hacked into a plant and it was adjusting hydrogen level, like the chemical that they use in treating the
And the
water. It
chloride.
was adjusting the levels. And
Okay.
yes, and should it go up, it
Below
becomes
certain
very,
level.
very
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
bad
I
for
get
the
it.
persons who consume. Yes. So we are kind of trying to be the front end at preventing such catastrophes from happening. You know, that is why we've been training ourselves in that field.
Okay.
But on a smaller scale, we are looking at cars. Everyone has a car.
No, you see, yeah, can we talk about the cars and all that? But I'm just trying to uh, place what you are saying in my head. Because remember, we are watching all these movies where somebody is sitting in his room, and because of the level of his skill, he has taken over the infrastructure of a nation, and he can basically do whatever he wants. In fact, it's one of the most serious and insidious warfare forms that have come out of late, where you can, instead of using tanks or whatever, you can just attack the nation infrastructure, and you can collapse the economy of a nation just by attacking their security systems.
Yes.
So
In
I get it.
2015, Russia did same to, yeah. In 2015, Russia did same to
To who?
Ukraine by attacking their power plant.
Yeah. But the Russians actually have developed a lot of expertise in that area. I think the Russians and the Chinese, they have
Yes.
done a lot
Yes.
of serious investments in that area. The Americans are more like a defensive posture. That's what I suspect. But they have the latent ability, clearly.
Yes.
They have the
They
latent
do.
ability
They
to
do.
do some serious damage. Anyway, that is all well and good. Let's come and talk about cars. The issue with these cars that are now the present. If you have a petrol car, I'm sorry to say we are driving in an archaic and obsolete technology. In today's terms, not tomorrow. Today is
Yeah. Yeah.
is it 13th March, 2021.
Yeah.
If you
That's
have a
exactly.
petrol
Yes.
or diesel car, it can be the latest tier rubber. It is still archaic. All right.
Okay.
It's like telling me that you have the latest typewriter in the year 2000. Yeah, it is the latest, but it's still an obsolete technology.
Of
The
course.
problem is that these cars, even the petrol ones, all have some level of connectivity. So they say what the automotive industry is going
Exactly.
into connected, autonomous, self-driving, shared, and electric
Driving.
technologies.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So connectivity basically means that
Yeah.
you can access it remotely, and you can also connect to things remotely. We have some way of connecting to the internet.
Exactly.
And because
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
computing systems basically, it means that they can be hacked. We have all watched, I think there was this Fast and Furious movie where somebody hacked somebody's car. So the fear is that these
That
cars,
was a control.
aha, for example, Tesla, you get in your Tesla, then either Elon Musk or some nefarious character somewhere hijack your car and use it as a nice way to kill you. Uh, are we there yet? Are they planning on killing us? I'm asking.
But saying that car hacking is possible and it is real.
Mhm.
It is real. Even though nobody has actually done it nefariously, it has been done research-wise, and even
Yeah,
Tesla
it has this
Model
competition.
S has been hacked
They have
into.
this competition that
It has been hacked into. Yeah,
but
it
but
has
but
been
but
hacked
but but
into
but but,
before.
but what I noticed about that is that it was certain systems that they were testing, not the main, like,
Yes,
for you to be able to hijack the car itself, you need to take care of the main OS, but certain peripheral systems that they say, okay, anybody can hack it. But if you hack it, then you will win the car, so that they can use it to improve the technology. But the question behind my earlier question, okay, is about the
okay.
latent ability, okay, for somebody to do that. I don't. The person doesn't have to decide to do it, but once the potential is there, that somebody has the resources or the skill set or the ability to hijack somebody's car or group of cars. One day, somebody may decide for whatever reason to do just that. I hope you understand.
Exactly so.
So the question is,
Yes, exactly so.
um, is it possible? currently in this connected car that we have? Is it possible?
Yes, it is very possible. I was making that point. It's very
Okay,
possible.
please
Very,
continue the
very
point.
possible. I think that the whole, yes, the whole idea kind of started somewhere 2015. You know, most of the cars that are coming in are connected or have some level of connectivity. In fact, the attack surfaces within a car has even increased. For instance, a smartphone is one. That is the number one attack surface. If I'm able to hack into your phone, you sit in your car, you connect to your car to the phone, bam, I'm in. So the attack surfaces has increased. That is one thing. So car hacking actually, in fact, it talks about all the ways a hacker can exploit an automobile surface, like software or the hardware or communications system. So apart from like Bluetooth, there are others as well within the car that are all prone to hacking. So for instance, one in Ghana here, we do GPS tracking. Everyone virtually installs GPS in their cars for security reasons. And you know that you are given a platform where you're able to log in. And then if, for example, somebody steals the car, you're able to stop the engine. Now, imagine an attacker has access to a server that belongs to, say, company A, who owns fleets of cars. That person will be able to from that standpoint, you know, it has a lot, as you saw in the movie, you know, be able to control the cars, probably put all of them on auto, you know, move them as they want. So we are definitely there. Currently, like I said, all the technologies that we are even using in the petrol system, not even from the EV point of view, but even in the petrol
Yeah,
cars currently.
that's another point that a lot of people do not know that all the modern cars have some level of connectivity. The
Yes,
Mercedes or whatever
yes.
car.
So yes, it does. It does. Like, and I did make one straight example of you having a smartphone sitting in your car and you wanting to be remote, and so you just connect your car's Bluetooth to your phone so you'll be able to receive calls through it.
Also,
That is number one. That's for this, even an ordinary Ghanaian who has some level of expertise with some exploits can do damage. Because I install a malware on your phone, you connect to the phone, and I have access to the phone, the car's computer, and with
with the
the
phone.
right amount of code. Yes, through the phone. And the phones are now the number one malware vectors to get to the car. Because I want to affect, I can't affect the car directly. So I can infect you in the house, probably through a phishing. Send you a mail, hi God, you know it's me. So hi God, so and so. You click on the link, you install the application on your phone unknowingly. You go and sit in your car, you are going to work, you connect to your car's phone through the Bluetooth. Bam, I'm inside. So if I want to attack you, I have several ways of doing that. And so currently it is very, very much possible. And we all have to be mindful of, no, we shouldn't even say that it's not possible. It's 100% possible. All the cars currently are all connected.
I asked that question because there is some quarters where people are like, oh, okay, it's not possible or it's extremely difficult to do something like that. Like, as in, you can still attack the system, but to do like this, what you see in this Hollywood movie, like the person has actually taken control of the car and is directing the car. Oh, that one for now. Anyway, that is, of course, with the advent of self-driving systems. Uh, anyway, so one of the statements you or the points you made is that the attack vectors for taking over people's medical systems are increasing. Apart from, let's say,
Yes,
the smartphones, which makes a lot of sense, then these GPS tracking systems. As a GPS tracking system, the
yes,
point you made means that some people, some systems is just GPS. You cannot control the car.
yes,
But there are some that
Okay.
they have the ability to just stop the car, the engine of the car.
Yes.
I don't know whether there are GPS systems that can do more than that. Okay, I don't know some
Exactly.
that can limit the speed of the car.
Exactly. So if it can limit, then there's that possibility it can also increase.
Okay. So apart from these two, are there other attack vectors?
Yes, there's a lot. There's a lot. I did state that because currently in our local system, or here in Africa, I think that is number one form of connectivity through our phone. That is
Yeah.
somebody will, and then through GPS because we've been tracking our cars. These are the main ones that Ghana, I can say people can use. But the others as well, a lot, a lot. For example, we have something we call um, we have I think I spoke about the apps being being hacked and all. But we also have the key fob apps hacks.
You know what?
Okay, where for instance key FOB hacks, where you're able to you see the your car key, you're able to unlock or even start your car with the key. The signals. We have something we call spoofing or cloning. There are
Yeah.
devices that can actually clone the signal, yeah, the signal of that key to make it behave as if
Okay.
it is your car, or it is your, to make it behave as if it is your key. So a hacker who has been able
Okay.
to spoof or clone your signal can enter your car without you knowing.
Basically, steal your car.
So that is also one attack. Yes.
Is it
So
because
they can.
I have the feeling that is it most of most people who will be thinking about hacking somebody's car will actually be thinking about stealing the car or something of that nature, or maybe finding a way.
Or what is inside the car?
Is it? Oh, yeah.
I said,
But which is actually a smarter way to steal the contents of the car because of these cars, before you know, they are tracking you through
yeah,
GPS. Although I think that somebody who will have the skill, the level of skill to do that, should know how to be able to either take away the GPS or disconnect the GPS and the cameras of the car.
yeah.
Okay. Uh, so that is clear enough. Now, how can we?
Yeah.
What is the research in this sphere? Or what's the focus?
Um, I think we are Ghana is actually, with the help of the EV community in Ghana, I think we are heading there somehow, somewhere. Because I know the job you and your people are doing to promote EV in Africa. And I believe a time is coming where Africa will jump that technology gap and go straight to EVs. And so if we are kind of reminded of the fact that anything is possible pertaining to all these things. Years back, people didn't think about credit card. They were thinking of doing credit card fraud online. Now we Ghanaians are also using those very cards. So indirectly, it has actually moved to us. So the research that I am doing is actually geared towards informing locals, Ghanaians, that it is possible that somebody somehow could actually take over their car in one way or the other, or in one way just to probably harm them or do or something of that sort. So they just have to be conscientized on what is actually possible and what is not possible. So I like the questions you've been asking so far. That yes, because the whole thing is somebody will ask, is it possible that somebody is really thinking of hacking his car? But it is possible. I know of during my line of work where somebody will ask you, can you actually hack in bra A or B's phone for me for obvious reasons?
The reasons
And
are
then
not
you ask
obvious to
yourself,
me.
why is the person?
It's not obvious to me. The reasons they're not obvious to me.
Well, obvious to the person. Let me put it that way.
Uh, is it
person
is it
think
is it
about such,
is it
or what will even come to the person's mind. Mhm.
um so what can we do? What can we do? Is it because if you're talking about what can people do currently? Is it as of now, most of the cars on our streets are petrol and diesel cars. But even those cars, like we said, we established earlier, I think if you have a 2018, 2017, 2016 model of those cars, apart from the very, very economy ones like this, I don't know, even the smart, I suspect may have some connectivity. Things like the smart and no, these small cars that people are using for Uber, the very cheap ones. Apart from those, I think the rest from the Toyota Corolla app all have connectivity. So how can people protect themselves? And the problem is only going to become worse as people shift to electric. How can we how can they protect themselves from this
Uh,
potential?
I think for it has started with the car manufacturers. They are doing a lot to kind of stop these attacks. Making sure that the cars are not vulnerable to some of these attacks. But most importantly, what individuals can do will be from their points in terms of like connectivity from their smartphone. If you think or feel that your phone is not acting the way it's supposed to, it's acting weird, that is a clear indication of compromise, that your phone is probably compromised and that you should probably not connect to your car. And the second thing is whoever installs a tracking system in your car, you should know that that tracking system is coming from a reliable source, one. Two, somebody can vouch for the technology being installed. And three, that whoever you'll be privy to tracking your own car, the person that is the security online, because some of these cars or this tracking system have portals that they use in controlling the vehicles. You just have to make sure that it's secure enough, so much so that nobody has access to that platform to get access to your car. And so it stems one from you as the individual. You just have to be knowledgeable. I think mostly in Africa we buy car. We don't even think of even going online and finding out the manual. The best thing would be that we have knowledge on the vehicle which we are using, and then we have to decrease the attack surfaces. Somebody just taps it in your car, you turn his phone's Bluetooth on and decides to play music on your car stereo, and you allow the person. You are leaving yourself to harm. So going forward, I think we all have to be conscious of all these things, that the smartphone in its sense is the number one vector for our cars to be attacked. Here in Africa, in Europe, they'll put up radios and they get closer to the car and then do whatever they are supposed to do. But here in Africa, the number one attack vector I have seen is through the use of the smartphone. And so you have to make sure if you're using an app with the car, you make sure you download it from the car's main website and make sure it's free of bugs. Normally listen to what people, sometimes they have release notes that tells you of the bugs that has been fixed in the applications. All these things can help you as an individual.
As you're talking, it's like I feel like yeah, give you boys. Okay. Uh, uh, like because you see, hmm, you know how our market is when it comes to automobiles.
Yeah.
Our market is
Mhm.
for those who are non-Africans. We don't buy cars the way you buy cars. Okay, we don't go to the dealership. Then we do financing. Then no, we are not into all that. In Africa, car here, uh, money here. We
Fire here.
cross. We cross. So if you see somebody driving a car,
That
the
is
car
all.
is paid in full. We don't have this financing thing. No, number one. But more to the point, it's mainly individuals who are selling the cars. The dealerships basically cater to the corporates. Uh, Most people who are buying cars, or somebody has imported a car and then he's selling it, or the person is using his car, he wants to sell it, and you put a for sale sign on his car as he's driving it around. Some people will park it by the
Yeah.
roadside. If you come to our city, Accra, so you wonder whether you are the street is all made for selling cars. You see cars parked all over, with for
Yeah.
sale signs all over. So you see that formal structure is not there. The person who may be selling the car to does not may not even know release notes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I don't think they have an idea. So I wonder
Yeah. Yeah. No, you see
practicable
that. Mhm.
how practicable it is to implement some of these things. I must say it's not doable, but uh, just opposing over our cultural tendency
Current
currently.
system. Yeah.
Hmm. It's a what do you say to that?
But it is very possible because, for instance, when smartphones came into use, and not everyone knew how to use smartphones, not everyone knew how to install applications. I think it's time bound. It will take time, but people will actually get there because Ghanaians are becoming discerning enough to know when they need something and when they don't want something. You get it? So yes, in our context, you might think it's not possible, but believe you me, it is really possible. It will get to a point where people know that if they are aware that this is the risk that's even just being in their car, you know, just being alone in their somebody somewhere could actually do to them. When the person hacks into the car, there's a lot of stuff the person can do apart from what we're just talking about: increasing speed, decreasing speed. Sometimes you can even turn the wiper on. Sometimes um, uh, turn on the AC or something of that sort. And that's why I'm saying that understand that they need to protect themselves, not from themselves alone, but from the car they are using. They'll become knowledgeable enough because they are now privy to applications on their smartphones. And they even now know how to download games onto their phone. So I think it is education.
Yes,
Ghanaians are becoming very discerning, if you ask me.
that's what
And so
I'm
it is
trying
not
to say.
far-fetched. It is possible.
Well, I do believe it is, but I have come to see that anytime people have to do something extra that is not part of their normal routine, either there must be sufficient carrot motivation, or sufficient negative motivation. In other words, the opportunity
Yeah.
cost is either, I mean, it has to be high. You get what I'm saying? So I know that, yeah, you educate the people, they will think about it. But
Uh,
if there is an instance where somebody has experienced something like this, and it is major news overnight, you get what I'm saying?
yes, our system. Yes, yes, our system.
Uh-huh. Oh, well, you
Until it
see,
happens.
it's all these African EV things that have made some of us conscious of even things like this, because you see that you explain to so and so organization, oh, this is, and for those of you watching, we are not a business. African is not a business. It's a civic group. Okay. Okay,
Yes.
we are not paid to do this. We have made our time and our expertise available. We are to the student, and so, oh, okay, this is very good. Oh, they can see the potential benefits as well as the threat to whatever it is that they are doing. Oh, okay, yeah, this one sounds good. Though. That's the end of it. There's no change in behavior. Yeah, the people understand logically,
At all.
but
I,
the
yeah.
extra, it's like it is out of their comfort zone. And what they're talking about is something that must be mass adopted. It's not that it's not good enough that only a few people uh,
Yes.
are knowledgeable. It must be common knowledge. And the way everybody, like you rightly said, can use their smartphones now. I mean, it must be common knowledge. That is why I am asking the questions I'm asking and thinking the way I'm thinking.
You are thinking. Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
is it because the reason why I wanted to is because you see, for example, a lot of people feel that EVs are exotic and that
Okay. Yeah.
when it comes to Africa, somebody 2030, 2040, before we are going to see any significant,
Mhm.
okay, which already is a problem. That you are not thinking is a problem already. But now, imagine you tell the people that,
Yeah.
oh, those cars too, before like somebody can have the car, and you are in the car, they'll be driving you, they'll go and crash you in some galley somewhere. All right. This is the continent that, as late as early as last week, no, not last week, last 2 weeks, okay, the first week of March, somebody was telling me
Mark.
that,
Yeah.
can we drive electric cars on our roads? The roads that all manner of cars are being, so
Interesting.
far as the car is electric, he doesn't think that it can be driven. And this is somebody who is very well educated, okay, in charge of
Interesting.
an international, let's say an international, a very important institution, okay, who is exposed. I'm not talking about someone who's uneducated who is just working on the streets. All right, think about it.
Yeah.
So it is irrelevant to have such conversations and then set the record straight.
It yeah.
You were saying something.
Yeah, I'm saying it's very, very necessary we get to that level. Because if that fear factor over there, that if you're in your car and then somebody can hack into your car and then before you realize you're in a galley, I think if that message is used, that fear factor.
Yeah, it's a very, very relevant point too, about that. Saying about fear factor before we went off again.
Yeah, I was saying that um, in our context of as Africans, mostly that bit of a fear factor is what will actually gear us towards that mindset that we have to protect ourselves. Who wants to sit in the car? A lot of people don't know, but once they get to know that it is possible, everyone will be careful when it comes to creating a lot of attack vectors within their vehicle. So education wise, I think going forward, if we are explaining things and then we are able to bring in that little bit of concept that it is possible somebody can do this if you don't take care or if you don't protect yourself, or if you give space for your account to be used. With your phone, for instance, once you log in, Google has access to your GPS. Google can know where you are located and all. So that means that goes hand in hand with the car. So even if I am not, I have not been able to even hack into your car in the first place, there's that likelihood that even having your phone and me hacking in, I even will be able to check your movement, where you are going, and then follow you through the day. That is if I want to. So I'm sure going forward, if you're able to kind of educate people more on cybersecurity pertaining to the cars that they drive, because believe you me, since 2015, the number of attacks on vehicles has been increasing, not here locally, externally, but then you should look at it from this way, that over the years, um, um, everything happening in Europe and the rest of and the Americas is being mirrored here in Africa. Because a phone, for instance, can be released today, and the next day that phone is here in Ghana. So armed with such information, I think we are getting to a point where we have to be conscious of our cyber environment. So it can be done. It can be done. You know, that's what I was saying. It can really be done if we explain things to them, let them know what can happen if they don't protect themselves, what can happen if their phone is hacked, what can happen if they increase attack vectors within their environment, letting somebody just Bluetooth their phone. You know, if you install a tracking system and you are not privy to the person who installed it for you. If I'm, for example, with a bad guys or a group of persons and I install tracking systems in your car, you don't know, you don't have any background check on me. The next moment, I can also have access to your car because I am privy to where the car will be from point A to point B. I'm also privy to the account online. So if I'm able to control a lot of systems within the vehicle's environment, it's also likely that the person has that attack vector within the vehicle. So we just have to be very careful and very conscious. Like I said, it's very feasible, very, very feasible here in Africa, because there's a lot of people in the cybersecurity field here locally doing a lot of wonderful things, hacking into Wi-Fi, doing pen testing for industries and doing pen testing for banks and all that. Such persons are armed with the information and armed with the knowledge. So it's also likely that such persons will be able to go to that extent of hacking into somebody's car. So I think education should be the most important, and I believe that the EV community has already started the education by even allowing me to talk about this topic in the first place. So going forward, I'm sure we'll be able to go into deeper that is thoughts. And now, if the need be, I'll be able to give a small demonstration online as to how somebody can hack into the phone and then probably go get into the car. More demonstration so that people know that.
I think that would be fantastic. We'll definitely make time for that and do that. But I still say that, you know, there's a say in the media, they say that if it bleeds, it leaves. There's a visceral reaction as human beings to negative news. That's why one Tesla catches fire somewhere, it is news
And the whole world.
all over the world. Why? Because Tesla is a new technology, it's the leading edge of the whole EV thing. And the fact that some people, it is in their interest to slow down the adoption of EVs. Okay.
Exactly so.
Meanwhile, the reality is that far more petrol and diesel cars catch fire compared to EVs. If you see the stats
Exactly
side
so.
by side, you'll be shocked. But
Yeah.
you hardly hear that, oh, it's global news. Anyway, Henry, thank you very much. We just wanted to bring this perspective also into the conversation because it's not like, hey, I get it. Sometimes people get the impression that, oh, when I'm talking about EVs, it means that it's all roses. No, there are also thorns.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like everything else. there are certain benefits and also certain potential disadvantages. You just have to know how to live with it. The electricity we use in our house is dangerous, but because we understand how it works and how to manage it,
Yes.
most of us use electricity safely without any risk to our lives. Uh, that doesn't mean that it does not have the potential to electrocute you. It does, but it's just a
Yes, it
function of
does.
knowledge and
Yeah.
how we use it. Thank you very much. I think that the African AV community, we are people. We are people. People are
We do,
awesome.
we do.
People, you are awesome. You are very, very much awesome. Thank you very much for coming on the podcast. I think this is your first time, right?
Yes, this is my first
The
time,
person that
yeah.
are appearing is as a guest. We have not come
Yes.
for any of the other sessions. So, yes, now that you are captured you. Uh,
Yes.
I'm sure that we'll be having more of you. That demonstration, let us talk about it off air. Let's arrange and
No
see how it
problem.
goes.
No problem. Okay.
Maybe you can
No
even make it
problem.
like um, a presentation followed by the
Okay.
presentation with a demonstration, then followed by a Q&A. So now, okay, Henry,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.